With me today is Romaric Nadiri, and he's one of the young African leaders invited by President Obama to the US in 2014 in the framework of the Mandela Washington Fellowship. And Romaric is from Cote d'Ivoire in West Africa. He is currently running an English language training institute with the vision of turning his country into a bilingual country by 2045. He has 17 years of experience in training. He is passionate about entrepreneurship, English, and leadership. Among the people he has been empowering so far are kids, students, and women for whom he designed the Best Youth Camp and a business education program, two programs to bridge the gap of graduate work readiness and help reduce the number of 12 million lives in Africa that are graduates coming on the marketplace every year. And he's going to be also bringing up to the stage none other than our princess, who he will be interviewing. And Princess Nwakego, you can say a quick hello here.
Hello, everyone. Good evening.
Hello there.
Good morning.
Hello.
So great to have you. So great
It's
to
my
have
pleasure. Thank you.
you. And so we have Princess Nwakego Ibrahim-Pam. She's founder and chairperson, Expat Professional and Business Women's Network International, and the author of IYAUWO Expat Pro. And she had a comment by one of her readers that is really salient, a very interesting memoir of a courageous woman, Princess Nwakego Ibrahim-Pam. It's one thing to have a dream, but it takes tenacity to actually actualize them. I celebrate you. I can't put the book down. Today, these two are going to be covering empowering women around the globe. Welcome, both of you.
Thank you so very much, Bettina. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
So, we have the set. Thank you, Bettina. Thank you, everybody. So it is a pleasure and honor for us to, start with the virtual summit. Princess Nwakego has a presentation. So we'll just start with the presentation, and when you finish, I will just ask you some questions just to talk about the financial independence of mainly women, but everybody in general. So when you're ready.
Good morning, everyone, again. And I'm here to talk about empowerment and of women. Like I've been introduced, my name is Princess Nwakego Ibrahim-Pam, and I'm here to talk about taking action and being empowered. So my presentations is titled Take Action and Be Empowered. Why did I take that topic? I've been mentoring and coaching women for the past, let me say, half of my adult year, but more particularly in the last 15 years of my diplomatic life. Having been the wife of a diplomat, I've had the opportunity to know what it is like to give up my career and to give up my financial independence. So I've been on the two sides of the table where I've been financially independent, and now I am financially dependent on my spouse. So, and I know the pitfall, especially for a woman who is not financially empowered. When you're financially empowered, you have a voice on the table. When you're financially empowered, you can control the direction of your life. If you're financially empowered, then you can be an influencer in your family, in your community, and those whom you will come in contact with. So that is why it's very essential, apart from being a woman, that any human being should be financially empowered or financially independent to make life worthwhile for themselves and those around them. So Antoine de Saint-Exupéry said, a goal without a plan is just a wish. When we say, if you have a good intention, if you don't translate it to good deed, it just remains an intention. Nobody is aware of it, and it's not beneficial either to you or to the people you have the good intention. Exactly what it means for a woman who is hoping to be financially independent and does not take the step to achieving that financial independence is just a wish. So for you to be financially independent as a woman and as a human being in particular, you have to take action. And that is why the title is saying, take action and be empowered. You cannot be complacent, you cannot be nonchalant, because this financial independence is not going to be handed over to you on a platter of gold. You have to plan, you have to strategize, and you have to make sacrifices that will make life, that will channel your life to the path of financial empowerment. So I started the Expert Professional and Business Women's Network in 2013. This is based on having been a diplomatic wife for many years and having gone through the difficulties of not being able to start a career or start a business, and therefore lost my financial independence. So we came together as a group of very educated and sometimes not very educated women, but they have vision and they had the intention to pursue their career or start a business to enhance their lives and the lives of their family members. So after being the founder and chairperson of the Expert Professional Business Women's Network for the past 8 years, I have learned a lot through my leadership and through the expansion of this network that is inspiring over 25 countries across continents and across culture, religion, or economic background. So this network has really enriched my perception of what being a woman is in a global stage and what being a woman without an income also is. And I've also experienced finding my financial freedom. So today I'm just going to discuss what are the actions that we should take as a woman to empower ourselves, and what are the things that we should look forward to doing that can help us being a financially empowered woman. So we have funding for entrepreneurship, forming a cooperative. Here I said, it doesn't mean because you are not good in something, you cannot get better. You won't know until you try. So, you know, they say practice makes perfect. So even if you feel that you're not good at being an investor, you're not good at finding funding for your businesses, you're not good at forming a cooperative or networking, you have to start somewhere. There must be a starting point for you. And that's what I want to share with you today. You will not know until you try. My dad used to say to me, try and try and try until you succeed. You never give up on your dreams, and you never give up on your goals. It will not come to you on a platter of gold, but you need to work towards them. So I've highlighted 5 steps to financial empowerment. In this pyramid, we're going to start from the bottom, and it says goal setting. You have to set a goal, like I said from the beginning. Where do you want to be within a period of time? What are your goals? You want to be financially empowered? You want to be dependent on somebody? Where do you want to go? Do you want to improve your academic status? Do you want to improve your family status? What is it that you're looking for? You have to identify the goal for you to be able to strategize to get to your goal. And after defining your goal, you have to have a positive mindset, because I can assure you, getting to your goals, there are lots of hurdles you have to pass. There are a lot of hindrances you have to maneuver. There are so many variables you have to put into consideration that will either prevent you from getting to your goal or will propel you to getting to your goal. So if you're planning to be financially empowered, you must have a strategic way of going about being financially empowered, and you must have a goal. Within 5 years, I want to be so. Within 5 years, I want to earn so amount. Like we just had Bettina said in her presentation, within 6 months, she hit the 6-figure amount. I'm wishing and hoping that I'll be able to achieve that. So after this summit, I'll be hooking up with her so that she can also teach me, hold my hands, and mentor me to the stage where I can also make a 6-figure income within 6 months, So you need to have a positive mindset, know your cash flow, know the value of money you have, and enjoy what you're doing. A lot of people are in jobs that they do not enjoy. And because they're in jobs they do not enjoy, they are unable to strategically value the money they make from the job. They are 24/7 complaining about their job, and that causes a distraction for them on how to strategize to invest that money coming from this job that they do not enjoy. The next part in the pyramid is estate, to have estate plans, personal insurance, emergency fund. Then thirdly, you pay off your bad debts. A lot of us are indebted, especially in Western community where everything is done on credit card. Many years back, I and my husband decided that, holding on to this credit card makes us much indebted that if we don't use credit card. So for me, one, I didn't even have a job to tie my credit card to. So up to now, I don't have a credit card. I don't operate with a credit card. I rather have the money to do what I need to do, and I spend the money that I have. I don't spend monies that I do not have. So a lot of people are in bad debt, and that is also one reason why we cannot be financially empowered, because as we make money, we are paying off our bad debts. And if we don't pay off those debts, we cannot be totally financially free or independent. The fourth one is how to invest for passive income. This investment for passive income is a new idea for me, and I have never seen making income in a passive way. I've always been somebody who believed that if you want to make an income, you have to work for it. But with many years of interaction with other leaders and platform leaders, I've learned that there are ways you can invest your money and your money is working for you. You're not working for the money. And this is a new phenomenon for me. I'm looking into, and I've taken advantage of it quite very recently. Then the fifth one is handle your wealth. A lot of us, we have a lot of wealth coming into our hands, but because we do not know how to handle the wealth or channel the wealth into constructive and strategic either investment or savings, a lot of money is being wasted. A lot, we cannot account for the wealth that have passed through our hands. But like I will always say, or as a woman of faith, God will always provide. And that is always the saying of people who know that they can do better, but they rely that God will make up for their lapses. So I think when God provides, it's also our responsibility to be accountable to handle those wealth in a very godly and constructive manner. So we'll go to the next slide that talks about how do you maintain financial freedom. It says set financial goals. This is almost like giving you step by step of how you can change your paradigm, your mindset when you're handling your finances, what you should think about before even the money comes into your hands. Because if you don't have these steps in your head, the money comes in and you're not prepared. The money comes in, you don't know what to do with them. So set your financial goals and prioritize. Quantify your financial goals to freedom, start saving and investing prudently, review your portfolio periodically, remain focused on your goals, be diligent and patient. I want to talk a little bit more about being diligent and patient. The society is in such a hurry to make money now that people are not really patient to wait out their investment. They want a quick return. And so a lot of people go into bad investment, or a lot of people harvest their investment when they are not matured enough to give them the kind of turnover they're looking for. So for you to be in a very good position of financial freedom, you must learn to be diligent and you must learn to be patient with your investment so that at the end of the day, you get a good turnover for what you have invested. Let me go to the next slide. So what are the 5 major barriers for women, especially women entrepreneurs, for gaining financial freedom? Just being a mother is a huge hindrance. for those of us that are mothers, you know, I'm a mother of 5. I know the struggle I have to juggle being a mother and being a career woman or being a business woman. And because of being a mother of the house, even the monies we make, we first and foremost put it into the home before we think about investment or savings. As a mother, your first instinct is to ensure that your home, there's food on the table, there's clothes on the back of your children, that the house is well kept. So whatever money comes in, at the first instant, you're not thinking about investment. Neither are you thinking of saving. Even when we save, we still dip our hands into our savings to maintain our home. That is one major barrier to women entrepreneurs. I've had women who have started businesses over and over, but those businesses are run down because they use both the capital and the profit from the business to maintain their various homes. Secondly, the capacity to find appropriate funding. Women are naturally in the business world or in the market world, women are already biased against. We're looked at as people who cannot handle funding. We even though more of our businesses are successful, we find it difficult to find men or international organizations that have money to fund our projects, our businesses, and our careers. Then when you come to the monetary system of the world, the bullish attitude of men in the field, you know, the sexism drives a lot of women away. They're always overwhelmed, or they're intimidated, or they're talked down on to the point where they lose self-confidence that they're able to do what they know they can do. So we're appealing to the men in the society that when women's cooperative or organization or individuals come to you for funding, have a little bit of trust in their ability to do what they say they will do. Encourage them, because if you don't take a chance on somebody, then how would they have the experiences to be able to do better or to improve themselves in terms of managing funds or monies that have been entrusted to them? And then we also lack mentors who will hold your hands, hold you hand in hand until your goal is achieved and established. We have a lot of people who will say, oh, call upon me when you need this, I'm here to help you. But when it comes to the nitty-gritty of making that person's business or career successful, sometimes they are a bit too busy for that. So you find a lot of women finding their own ways in a very big ocean. Sometimes they get swallowed up by the hindrances that they encounter or the difficulties that they encounter, and then their dreams and their goals are quenched by those hindrances. And then again, as being women, we are being referred to as the weaker vessel. We are crippled with fear. The fear of failure is crippling, as most women fear failure is just a necessary outcome of their business. You see a woman who is so energized, who has the vision about her dreams, but she's so afraid because she feels that even if she succeeds, it has a glass ceiling, and at a particular time that she may fail, and that fear to fail prevents a lot of women from going outside their comfort zone to venture into the fields where it's mainly men dominated. So I have this, I said to myself, what am I doing to empower myself? And what about you? When some 2 or 3 years ago, I said to myself, I need to empower myself. I need financial breakthrough. How am I going to position myself to be able to be financially independent, or to be able to make an income? Because sometimes you make an income and you're not financially independent. You just make an income paycheck to paycheck. Having income paycheck to paycheck is not a financial independence. Financial independence is when you're able to survive without working for 2, 3, or 5 years, without having to work, then you're financially free. But if you're dependent on a paycheck every month, you're as good as a man at home who does not have a job, because once you lose that job, then you are not financially independent. So what did I do? I started writing books. And that is why I'll refer to you about the passive income. I realized that if I write a book and I put it up on Amazon, I don't need to worry how much I make, because the reason for my writing my book is not solely because of making an income, it's a legacy. I wrote my book for a legacy reason, but that book is creating a passive income for me as we're speaking right now. Sometimes I get an email from Amazon to say, oh, we'll just transfer some money into your account. It will take 2 or 3 days to clear your account. And that gladdens my heart that something I have taken pleasure to write is creating an income for me, you know. So that's something. What are you doing to empower yourself? What steps are you taking to empower yourself? So I wrote my memoir, Iyawo the Expert Pro, and I'm also a co-author of My Voice, a best-selling book that I co-authored with 22 other women from different parts of the world. These are books that are giving me passive income, you know. And then after I met Bettina, and Bettina would say, your voice, my voice is my money maker. And I've been speaking in a lot of conferences free of charge, you know. And I soon get paid for speaking engagement, you know. And that was so refreshing for me that now I can go and speak and I get an honorarium for speaking. That I didn't think about that, because I was brought up with that philanthropic nature to do things for free. Money has never been a driving force for me in my life. So getting to this stage where I see those things I do for free, I can also earn an income on them, is so soothing and it's so satisfying. And I started a cooperative seeking for funding. It's called AfricWed, African Women Entrepreneurs in Diaspora. Why did I start this? I realized I had a summit where a director in the African Development Bank came to give a lecture, and she was talking about $30 billion available for women entrepreneurship to seek for funding. And I said, here we are struggling to get funding. So I formed this cooperative for women, Black women in diaspora, so that we'll come together and approach this international organization for funding for our various projects back home in Africa, you know. And I have a consultancy that enables me work for international organization called the EPBW Consultants International, you know, and I developed a project called Spouse to Spouse Empowerment Project to help family financial stability. That is, the working spouse empowers the trailing spouse, where a husband or a wife can invest into the other spouse so that the family financial stability will be well taken care of. I'm also a speech therapist. So occasionally I'm being called upon to nurture and to take care of special needs children, adults, and whoever needs my services. I'm also starting a live YouTube channel that will help me project and make income on that. So I have this to say: taking fear away from my financial freedom, having the audacity to ask, and why I wrote a book, Iyawo the Expert Pro. You can see the link on Amazon for you to buy a copy. You will not regret it. It's a life-changing memoir that teaches you how to rebrand yourself, how to make money in peculiar circumstances where you find out that your qualifications and your degrees cannot earn you money. Then you have to be creative. You have to rebrand yourself. You have to adapt yourself to the environment you found yourself. You have to take away every pride. You have to take away every sentiment, and you have to create something for you that will give you sanity and make an income for you. And then I also say, taking fear away from my financial freedom, having the audacity to seek. What are you seeking? Matthew 7:7 say, ask and you shall be given, seek and you shall find, knock and the door will open up to you. The same principle goes for seeking financial freedom. You cannot stay in your house not doing anything and you'll be seeking for financial freedom. You have to ask, you have to seek, and you have to knock for these doors to be open for you to be able to create wealth for yourself. So the audacity to seek brought me to starting a live YouTube channel where I will have interaction with live audience to share my life stories with them. And that will also help in exposing my books. I have 4 other books lined up to be published between now and the end of next year. So taking action and be empowered. Taking fear away from my financial freedom, having the audacity to knock. But far back in 2013, I had the audacity to knock on the doors of other expatriate spouses who were overwhelmed by depression, lack of vision, and overwhelmed by the situation they found themselves. And we started the network, Expat Professional and Business Women's Network. That networking is what gave me the power for empowerment, networking for empowerment. Sometimes people don't understand the power in networking. You don't know where you're going to meet your vision carrier. You don't know where you're going to meet somebody who will change your financial life around just in a moment, if you go to the right group and when you network correctly. Finally, I was empowered from networking. When I founded the network in 2013, I never knew that 8 years down the line, it will propel me into owning a consultancy now that I work with an international bank, the African Development Bank. Is like a dream come true. And this takes me back to my third slide that talked about diligence and patience. If I had been in a hurry, I wouldn't have matured to the point where I'm a consultant now with the African Development Bank. So taking fear away from my financial freedom, having the audacity to persevere. We must have the audacity to persevere in whatever business venture we go in. Let us not be in a hurry to make money from things that have not matured for harvest. Most times we harvest things that are not yet matured for harvest, and then either we kill it or we do not benefit fully from that seed we have sown. So we must have the audacity to persevere so that we may reap the right amount of profit from our dreams, our goals, and our vision. Lastly, I want to leave this word with everybody here. You know, being financially independent is not just for your own good. You know, my dad used to say, my dad is my mentor, he's my friend, and he's everything I am today. My father used to say that what good is it for a one-eyed king in the land of the blind? Of what use are you if you are a one-eyed king in the land of the blind? So in essence, financial independence is not just for your own selfish ends. It's not just for your own needs. It's not just for you to live big and large. For you to be financially free or independent, it's for you to impact your community. It's for you to create generational wealth, not only for your family, but for those who will come and work with you, or for those who will come for you for funding or for support. So if you have that kind of a vision as a leader, then not only will you be an influencer, but you'll be a creator of wealth for so many families. And in turn, you change your community and you change the world around you. I hope that as we interact with one another, we will be influencers for each other, we will be founders of each other's project, we will not just be looking at for where we make profits for ourselves, but we'll be looking at where the profits will be good for everybody involved. Thank you very much. I hope my presentation has blessed you, and I hope that some principles that I've shared will also go a long way in helping your businesses or your careers in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you very, very, very much, Princess. Thank you for your presentation. I'm blessed to have the opportunity to interview you. As I used to say, I will only ask you one question, and this question can also be addressed to Bettina. So after all this initiative that you have taken, you mentioned action. Taking action is so important. How do you feel to see the lives of people, of those women that have been transformed by your initiative? How do you feel? Can you share?
Honestly, every day I cannot express the joy I feel when I see women that when they came into my life were confused, were depressed, Today, they are employers of labor. Today, they are bigger than me. Today, they've gone places where I'm still struggling to get. When I see CNN interviewing women that I've mentored and I've set up businesses for, my heart fills with joy. When I see them on BBC, when I see them on newspaper, when I see them getting awards, when I see them moving, creating waves of change in the different communities where they live, honestly, it's worth more than a 6-figure pay for me, because then I know that the job I'm doing is not only changing lives now, it's changing lives of generations to come due to the work I'm doing right now. And so my main job is that I'm changing the paradigm concerning women who are trailing with their husbands, or men who are trailing with their wives on the international stage, because we have been, I don't want to use the word marginalized, because there's no word, everybody's marginalized depending on how you look at it. We have not been paid the attention that we should be paid, because we've not been seen as individuals. We're always seen as dependent of the person working. When we are full adults, we're educated, we're able to contribute to the economy of a country, we're able to change the paradigm of our community, but we've not been given that opportunity most of the time. So we have to create jobs for ourselves. We have to keep ourselves occupied. We have to make ourselves very relevant in the communities we find ourselves. So yes, it is a thing of joy for me to see women now going in hundreds all over the world, in different continents in the world, achieving their dreams, having a voice, being financially empowered for them to pursue their dreams and being who they want to be on their own terms.
You're muted.
I know we are running out of time. Thank you very, very, very much for all, your experience you shared with us. I do hope that young ladies and other women will have the opportunity to watch this virtual summit for their own sake. Thank you so much. And thank you for the effort. I know it's almost 2 a.m. in South Korea at the moment. So yes. Thank you very much. And thank you, Bettina, for the opportunity. Thank you very, very, very much.
Thank you, Bettina, for the opportunity. I'm looking forward to working with you hand in hand. We have a lot of work to do. There are a lot of women looking up to us, and we must not fail them. And we must be able to meet them at their level, so that we don't break them and we don't scare them away with our successes. So we need to teach them how we started, where we were, that we understand exactly where they should be, and we take them along with us, hand in hand. We walk with them.
Yes, and empowerment is really just amazing. Thank you, Romaric, for introducing us to Princess Nwakego, Ibrahim-Pam, and the two of you are doing work in other parts of the globe, which we want to be a part of. So thank you for bringing this all together. And Romaric, just in closing, can you share a little bit about what you're doing there in West Africa as well?
Yes, I'm doing the same, almost the same as Princess is doing, empowering young people into entrepreneurship, initiative, because this is what will, save our continent, African continent. Today, everybody is aware and agrees that entrepreneurship is it is the right time for entrepreneurship, for everybody to get involved in entrepreneurship. So what I do is to run, business coaching sessions here. This morning I was live on Facebook, about running a session in business to people here and across the country, because I'm supported by the US Embassy here, and I have great people coming even for free just to share the experience so that other people can be empowered. So this is what I'm doing, and I do that with young people. I do that with even teenagers, because we need to do this. it is right, and it is the right time to do this. So this is what I'm currently doing. And you know, I'm in a Francophone country, French-speaking country. So I'm trying my best, you know, to get to allow people to have the opportunity to also be able to speak in English, so that they can broaden their opportunities, you know, in everything they are studying, in every business they are running, because this is so important. Just, you know, Princess is from Nigeria, and Nigeria is the biggest country in Africa. I'm right close to Nigeria. Cote d'Ivoire is just close to Nigeria in West Africa, and they are the two leading countries in West Africa. Nigeria for the, you know, English-speaking, you know, side, and Cote d'Ivoire for the French-speaking side. So we have a lot to do, and thank you, Bettina, for this opportunity you are giving us to share our experiences back home here. And I know Paul is around, and from East Africa. Is going to also share his experience. It is the time. It is the time, because, you know, it is the time. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you both. It's been great to have you and host you here.